Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a stunning effect like this in Adobe Photoshop CS4. So let's get started. Okay, so what I'm going to do is choose File in the top left hand corner, and I'm going to choose New for New Document. And then the width, as you can see, I've put it as 640 pixels, the height 480 pixels, resolution 72, and that's pixels / centimeters. Color mode is going to be RGB color and 8-bit. The background contents will leave as white, so we're going to choose OK. So as you can see, it's not very clear, so I'm going to run you through every step. So we're just going to get the text tool. Now I'm going to use the text diffused. You can choose any of your text, TRL and T, to get the free transform tool. So I'm just going to make it bigger, about as big as the page. Okay, then I'm going to press enter. I'm going to go to the right over the YouTube layer, and I'm going to right click, go down to rasterize type and click that. Okay, so that's sorted. I'm going to hold CTRL and I'm going to click in the layers on the YouTube picture, and that's selected the text. Okay, so we're going to select at the top, save selection, and I'm going to choose OK. This is what your text should look like once you've selected it. It should be zigzaggy sort of, if you can see. It's not very clear. So I'm going to hold CTRL and choose D for deselect. Okay, so that's exact line stop. Now we're going to hold Shift and F5, and this brings up the fill tool. We need this, it's important, so we're going to have the contents in the section Use. That's going to be white, shouldn't be anything else, it should be white. The mode should be multiply and the opacity 100%. When that's all correct, choose OK. We're going to go to the top, Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and we're going to choose OK. Then we're going to go to the top, Filter, Stylize, and then we're going to go to Solarize, and that turns it black. Then we're going to hold CTRL and press L, and this brings up the brightness level. So in the top box there, this is the only one we're going to be changing. We're going to change the number from 255 to 128. We're going to choose OK. Then we're going to hold CTRL and click J. This brings up a copy. This copies a layer, and now we're going to be working on the YouTube copy layer. It brings it up at the side, so don't click back on the normal one yet until I tell you to. Okay, so then we're going to go to the top, we're going to go Filter, we're going to go Distort, and we're going to go Polar Coordinates. Then we're going to go change it from rectangular to polar to rectangular, if you understand that. And then we're going to choose OK. This makes it go a bit weirdy, but still it's fine. We're going to go to the top, Image Rotation, 90 degrees, CW clockwise. And we're going to click that. Then we're going to hold CTRL, Control, and we're going to press I. This makes it go white. Then I'm going to go to the top, Filter, Stylize, and we're going to go to Wind. Then we're going to have it on method Wind and direction from the right. And then we're going to choose OK. We're going to go to the top, and we're going to go, oh no, sorry, we're not. We're going to hold CTRL, and we're going to press F once, CTRL and F again. So that's CTRL and F twice. Then we're going to hold CTRL again and press I. This turns it black. Then we're going to hold CTRL and F, CTRL and F, CTRL and F. That's Control and F 3 times. We're going to go to the top, click on Image Rotation, then we're going to go 90 degrees counterclockwise, CCW. We're going to click that, we're going to go to the top again, Filter, we're going to go Distort, and we're going to go Polar Coordinates again. We're going to change it from polar to rectangular back to its original rectangular to polar. I'm going to choose OK. You can sort of see it coming along a bit. So then we're going to go where it says layers to the right. We're going to change that from normal to screen. So that makes the text come bright again. At the bottom of that layers section, that layers part to the right here, where you can see my mouse moving, there's an icon which is a circle with it's split into two, and when you highlight over it says create new fill or adjustment layer. So click on that, and then we'll go up and we'll click on gradient. We're going to double click on the gradient, and I'm going to choose just a plain gradient, a simple one. Then I'm going to change one of my colours to red and the other to a nice blue. So that's that. And then I'm going to choose OK. I'm not going to change it to radial or anything. I'm going to leave it linear and choose OK. So then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go to where it says normal, and I'm going to change it to say where it says normal, going to be colour. So that colours your text in. And also we're still on the gradient fill layer, so don't be changing your layers, because then it won't work out how you expect it to be. So then we're going to go back to the original text, which is YouTube, not YouTube copy. We're going to go back to the original text. We're going to go to the top where it says filter, blur, and we're going to click radial blur. Now we're going to make sure that the amount is 45, so 45. The blur method, that's zoom, and the quality is best. And we're going to choose OK. So that makes it go very blurry. Now this is the part which I like. So we're going to go to the channels next to layers. We're going to choose channels, and the channels come up RGB, red, green, and blue. But we're not going to be using them, so we're just going to leave them highlighted, and we're going to hold Control and click on the alpha picture where it says YouTube. And click on that, and that selects it. Now you can see the zigzag thing going round. We're gonna go back to the layers. We're not gonna press anything. We're just gonna press D. We're not gonna hold anything. We're just gonna press D, and then we're gonna hold. Now we're gonna hold Alt and press backspace, and this deletes the inside. And you'll see in a minute. Now we're gonna hold Control and D for deselect, and mine's looking okay. That's the finished product. But you can add other effects to make it look better. Like, it depends which text you're using. This text really stood out and looked really good. This text is looking okay, but that's the end product anyway. Your text should hopefully look a bit better. And then there's other designs which you can do if you're more experienced. And yeah, thanks for watching my tutorial, and I'll be bringing out another tutorial soon.